It's 2012, guys. Just 12 months before the world's supposed to end. There's so much that we have to do before that. There's so much great music to listen to. So many things that we need to discuss. And so much that we must do to prepare for the oncoming apocalypse. No, not really. Hi, my name is coverkillernation. It's time for us to talk about the state of music today, not to mention the state of the music review community today, and talk about 2012. This is your introduction to me. I've been doing album reviews and talking about music here on YouTube since about May 2009, which makes this my third year, or you're right in the middle of my third year, and if you want to go purely by the logistics, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, it's number 4. But the numbers don't matter. It's just like the points and whose lines it anyway. Nobody gives a shit about them. So, 2011 was a pretty decent year for music. We had a lot of keynote releases, not to mention music was kind of saved a little bit, at least from the sales game by Adele, but also there was a lot of shit that was released. A lot of big name garbage that had to come through this pike and just fuck everything. But that's the music. The music review community is a little bit different. We've seen such great heights here in the past 12 months. We've seen Anthony Fantano bypass 50,000 subscribers. We see Cover Killer Nation going for 5,000 subscribers. We see other people that have 6,000. We have some that are just starting out and getting their first 1,000. And also along the way, we unfortunately lost a couple of people in the process. However, we hope to get them back, but if not, we definitely understand. I really have to give a lot of credit to guys such as 3 Creation or Macasaur or Jumbo Junkie Music that maybe don't post about music each and every day like they used to, but still try to maintain themselves as a member of this community by still talking to the fans, still talking to the people, and still trying to get people into this hobby, because this is a really great thing to do, especially if you happen to be a huge fan of music. It's important to get your voice heard, and it's important to have people listen to what you have to say, and maybe expose them to something that they've never heard of before. Either that, or maybe it's something they have heard of before, and you guys can build a friendship based on that, or you can become enemies because they think what you say is total bullshit, or you think that their comments are utter trash. Either way, this is a hobby that really stimulates the conversation about music. This is almost like the new magazine for music, considering, you know, everything is going paperless with Kindles and all that garbage. I'd rather open up a good old magazine anyway, but that's just me. But then again, I'm also making videos, so I'm contradicting myself. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. It really doesn't. It's all just for pure fun, pure entertainment, and just for kicks, I guess. Here in 2012, we have a great month already here in January that's currently being undertook. We have albums from bands such as Lacuna Coil and Alice and, you know, Lamb of God coming out that we really need to talk about. And, of course, there's more coming on down the pike. We're still going to see whether or not Winter Sun's going to be released before the world supposedly quote-unquote ends. And we have a lot more that are going to be coming on down the pike that either haven't been announced yet, either that or have been, but there's still limited information. So this year definitely has a lot of mystery behind it still, but that's because this is a year that just began. It's one that still has a lot of room to develop, and there's a lot of room for surprises. Who knows? The next big band could be right now writing their debut album. We don't know that. We don't know. But we're going to find out throughout these next 12 months what band's going to be the next big thing, mainly because we're going to be talking about it. This is a channel that's all about music reviews. It's all about metal reviews. It's all about really bridging that gap from just doing metal to also touching other styles of music. You might have noticed in 2011 that I haven't just limited myself to metal anymore. I've done albums by Bush. I've even done stuff by Lady Gaga, Lil Wayne, Fleet Foxes, Incubus. You know, a lot of the albums that appeared on my top 10 alternative/rock albums I reviewed, with the lone exception of about 3 or 4. And, hey, you might say, well, Cover Killer Nation, that's 40% of your list. That's kind of a big percentage. Hey, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of great stuff out there, and most of it tends to be in the independent rock scene, the independent alternative scene, and the heavy metal scene. A lot of the stuff that I tend to bash tends to be very popularized, mainly because it's extremely synthetic. And I have a feeling that's a trend that 2012 is going to aim to continue. Now, even though Adele was able to really push barriers and smash sales records, I really don't know if there's going to be a certain level of purity in music in 2012 that's going to kind of follow that up. I don't know if there's going to be an artist that's able to come and sort of reflect those sales and kind of, you know, repeat it. It's going to be a very difficult thing to undertake. And the funny thing is that the closest thing to that happened during the Christmas season with Michael Bublé's Christmas album. Yeah, that was an album that was shattering records for Christmas releases. It was one of 2 last year that was Christmas themed that ended up at #1. And it was a Christmas album that went double platinum almost instantaneously. And I think at last glance was four times platinum or maybe 5 times platinum the world over. Fucking stunning numbers. Now in the metal scene, we of course saw big name releases flop, such as Morbid Angel, such as Metallica, such as, the new Queensrÿche affair. The real problem that I have, the real question that I have to ask is, what's going to be the next one? And finally, is this going to really be the last album for Judas Priest? That's been the rumor, and we of course lost KK Downing last year, who decided to do something else with his musical endeavors and kind of just focus on being, the man as opposed to the musician. So, is this really the end? Will Cover Killer Nation do a discography review on this? Absolutely. Will he also do a discography review before the new upcoming Rush album? Absolutely. Does he still have a lot of work to do on his 2 right now for Pink Floyd and Black Sabbath? You bet your ass I do. I really got to get my ass into gear. That's one thing I'm going to resolve here for 2012. That's to stop being as lazy as I've been in the past month. But then again, there's not been a lot of releases, so you can kind of understand. Finally, I want to talk about the community, and I want to talk about a couple things that I have to say regarding that. Firstly, if you watch my videos, there's a wealth of young, talented album reviewers out there, such as Runner JMA, such as, Count Blaggeroth, that are really coming out and becoming fantastic. Really the next wave has come. It's here. These are people that have evolved from guys that have maybe just a handful of subscribers to now pushing the envelope towards 1,000. Maybe pushing the envelope towards 600 or 700. They're really getting up there. They're really starting to get an audience. And a lot of you guys share that audience with me and with them. And that's something that I find to be quite fantastic. You guys are definitely enveloping yourself with as much music as possible, with as many reviews about music as possible. That way you become informed customers. That way we can hopefully see a boom this year in the sales of heavy metal and independent music. I would like to see that. I would like to see YouTube music population, the YouTube album review community, the YouTube music reviewing community really make an impact on sales this year. And it's not just because I work at a music store. Fuck that. It's because this is something that I believe in. I have a wealth of music over here that's taking up one shelf. I have another CD tower to my left that is completely full. I have piles upon piles of things, and I have bags that I still haven't opened yet. Let's open this bag and find out what's on it. What's in this even? Oh look, it's an Anthem of 7-inch vinyl with the album We're Here Because We're Here. That's freaking cool as hell. And just to show you the diversity, it's Evil Urges by My Morning Jacket. Holy crap. Well, that bag was cool. There's still at least 3 or 4 more. Yeah, music sales definitely are important to me, not because I'm in this business, but because I love this business. Because music is something that speaks to all of us. It speaks a language that all of us can understand, but only some of us truly get the meaning to. And for those of you who are out there that are watching all of these album reviews, for those of you who are out there that are subscribed to me and Anthony Fantano, Runner JMA's, the Count Blaggeroths of the world, the D Music Reviews, all that other stuff, if you're subscribed to us, you guys understand. You guys can translate the dialect, you guys can hear the message that's within, and you guys are informed customers. You guys love this stuff. You guys wish that stores like mine carried more of the stuff that we talk about here on these shows. And you know what? We're going to make a change here in 2012. In 2010, what did I say whenever I did something like this? You can't see the video because that's on an old account. I said 2010 was going to be the year of the album reviewer here on YouTube. It was going to be the year in which we took over. And what did we do? That's exactly what we did. We saw Anthony Fantano skyrocket his numbers. We saw Cover Killer Nation head towards 1,000. Get the setback of being, banned by YouTube, only to recover and make it to a couple of thousand before the year was out. We saw other people, even though they fell, like Jumbo Junkie Music or Sir All About Music, also have great numbers in that year before they decided to step aside. Lots of great stuff happened that year, and it's influencing a change here on YouTube that I don't know if YouTube's ready for. Also, we have to remember that YouTube itself is under attack by SOPA, by all of those little bills that they're trying to pass through Congress to make plagiarism harder. I understand the bills. I understand the meaning of the bills. But if you have to try to censor us, if you try to take our voice away here on YouTube, we'll simply find another means to do so. This information will get out to people no matter what has to be done. And none of you in Congress can stop that, because none of you in Congress can stop the power, the flow, like a river of music. Plain and simple. So here in 2012, we're going to work harder. We're going to review harder. We're going to talk more. We're going to do more. And you know what? We're all going to do something that's a little bit better for this business. We're going to give more. I know that I give a lot whenever it comes to buying albums for artists, but there's only more that can be done. I know that there's only a certain amount that I can give to you guys, but I'm going to try my best to give more. The one thing that I will try to give you each and every day, and will give you each and every day, like I have been ever since I started this damn endeavor, is blood, sweat, and tears. 110, no, fuck that, 1010%. Pure, carnal, live, Cover Killer Nation reviews. And that, my friends, is what it's all about. That, my friends, is what 2012 is all about. That, my friends, is what will keep us going. As for projects, they will go as they continue. We have discographies, we have Music Madness coming up. The Vinyl Vault idea that I posed in the last video, you guys seem to like a lot. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. That's coming, man. That's coming. There's a lot of stuff that's coming. There's a lot of people that are coming right now, but hopefully not while watching this video. As for other projects on this channel, all I can say to you guys is that's the reason why you're subscribed. What will CKN do next? You don't know. Because I don't know. But I'll find out. And whenever it happens, you guys will know. 2012 is going to be a great year. It's going to be a disappointing year for a lot of people who are suicidal because the world won't end. Which means that if they want to leave this planet, they'll have to do it themselves. Ain't that a bitch? But 2012 is also going to be a year in which we influence music. Where we make a change. And we make it a change for the better. One in which years down the line, people will talk about this revolution. And they will say that that's the revolution that caused music to become pure again. Or that's the revolution that caused music to become fun again. That's the revolution that caused music to become what it used to be. That's the revolution that caused a musical revolution. We're going to cause that, and we're going to cause that this year. I just have to know. Are you in?